Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adventures in Historyland YouTube channel. Today, we are joined again by my good friend, Enrique Ortiz, and it's a very exciting video today. We mentioned it in the last video that Enrique had written a book and it was going to be published, and it's been published. So congratulations.
Thank you, Josh. Here you can see the book.
Yeah, Las Aguilas de Tenochtitlan, and there's your name. That's a great cover.
Yeah, the Eagles of Tenochtitlan. Yeah, it's been released like 2 months ago, more or less, and a lot of people is buying it, in Mexico and United States. I wonder, maybe this would be a good question you could make to me, but I was wonder where people in England can buy it. I think in Amazon, right?
Yes, I would think on Amazon as well.
You got Barnes and Noble?
No, we don't have Barnes and Noble. We used to have Borders, but all we have now is a shop called Waterstones, and some independent bookstores as well, but mostly Waterstones. Our Barnes and Noble is Waterstones. So first of all, ladies, audience. If you want to buy this book, you have to be able to speak Spanish. So this is primarily to those who are lucky enough to be able to speak in both languages. I'm learning, and one day I'll buy it and I'll be able to read it. But for now, this is a Spanish language book, and it's available on Amazon and Waterstones, I would think, as well. So Enrique, tell us a bit about your book.
Well, it's a book, an epic novel, a historical novel, in that it's situated or is located in the 1487 year. In this book, you won't find any conquistadores, you won't find Hernán Cortés, you won't find horses or firearms. You will read about how complex was the Triple Alliance, or also called the Mexica Empire. Here you will follow the steps of a young warrior of around 18-20 years old, who finishes his studies at school called Tepochcali, that means in Nahuatl, House of Youth. And he had to done a service for the state, for the ruler, for the imperial state of Tenochtitlan, and the service is going to war, to participate in a war. And what's the reason, or what's the origin of this war that this youth is going to fight in? Well, the most important character, how would you say it? The main character name would be Se Ocelot. That means in Nahuatl, one jaguar. And he participates in this military campaign against three cities, Chontal cities, that are located right now at the southern part of Mexico, in a state called Guerrero. And they go, he marches with the imperial banners, with the Triple Alliance armies, to suffocate the rebellion of these three cities. So there is a lot of action in this novel. There is a lot of combat, ambushes, what else? And there's a lot of treason, conspiracies, because the ruler name of Tenochtitlan at that time in 1487 was the father of Cuauhtemoc. Cuauhtemoc was the defender of the Mexica city of Tenochtitlan when the Spaniards came to the central part of Mexico. So Ahuizotl It's the Tlatoani, the ruler of Tenochtitlan, and there are some noble people that want to remove him from the throne. Why? Because of ambition. Why? Because he is in the throne. In this year, he's in the throne for only 2 years or less than 2 years. So he's still weak in his position, right? He tries to make it stronger, making war and suffocating rebellions and making new conquests and constructing a bigger and more beautiful Templo Mayor, the Huayteocalli, or the big temple, the biggest temple in Tenochtitlan. So we will see these conspiracies, we will see these treasons, and our main character, Seo Zelot, well, he accidentally gets involved in these actions. So he's trying to stop them because there are attempts of assassination on the Huaytlatoani of Tenochtitlan, on Ahuizotl, and also there are these invisible hands that they are trying to change the result of this war towards, well, giving the victory or trying to give the victory to the rebels, to the Chontales in Guerrero, right? Why? Because this will affect the political career of Ahuizotl.
Great. That sounds like a really good book. It sounds very exciting. I'm going to have to work very hard and learn to read in Spanish so I can see what it's all about. Is this okay? First of all, what gave you the idea to write a novel? Because you do a lot of historical stuff, like non-fiction. So what made you want to write a novel?
Well, I always, since I was a little kid, I read a lot of novels, mainly historical or epic novels, from The Lord of the Rings to a lot of epic novels like, for example, the Iliad, right? From Homer. So, yes, I always wanted to publish a historical novel. When, here in Mexico, you can find a lot of literature, of novels from Europe and United States about, the Romans, about the Greeks, about the soldiers in American Secession War, about Napoleonic Wars. We got this important author, Spanish author called Pérez Reverte, Arturo Pérez Reverte, that he wrote also a lot about the Hussar and about these Napoleonic soldiers in action, right, in battles. So, well, I read a lot of them. There is a wonderful writer in Britain called Simon Scarrow. I don't know if you read it. We get a lot of books of him here. Well, only for the people who are really interested on it, right? He's not a bestseller, but you can read this saga of the eagle, right? About this centurion, Roman centurion. So trying to emulate this kind of writings, first I start searching for a novel about an Aztec warrior, but there is nothing similar. They only write about the conquest, dozens and dozens of books about the conquest of Mexico, even novels. Even we got a lot of novels about it, but like a Mexican person, you get like kind of tired of reading the same story once again. So I was looking for something different that portrayed all the Mexica or Aztec society and also the aspects of war. And there's nothing like this. So, that's the reason why I decided to write this historical novel, The Eagles of Tenochtitlan. And yeah, I have to be really sincere to say that Simon Cowell was a great inspiration for me in writing this novel, this epic novel. And also, like I told you, Perez Reverte, well, he wrote also these books about the invasion, the Napoleonic invasion to Spain. So that's the origin. That's the origin of this novel. And well, obviously, is to plant the seed in new readers to get in this, well, to get its interest, seed this, well, plant this seed, so they start reading and researching and looking for more information about the ancient cultures of Mesoamerica.
That's great. And I've actually read all of the translated novels of Perez Reverte. I've read all the ones that are translated are the Fencing Master, Maestre de Esgrima, and the novels, the Capitana Triste novels.
Yeah.
In the 17th century ones.
Spain,
and he's a really, really good writer. He writes very good books.
Capitana La Triste. There is my favorite book. It's called The Hussar. The Hussar is one of the first novels he wrote.
Yeah.
And also there is a new book called Sidi. Sidi. That it's about the Reconquest War. You know, when the Arabs, the Muslims were.
Yes. The Reconquista.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could read the Hussar, but it's not translated. It's only in Spanish, so I really need to learn. I need to learn Spanish so I can read these books.
You are studying Spanish right now, right?
Yes. Slowly getting it. So soon, hopefully. But okay, so those are great inspirations for you. Those are really good authors, and that's such a great thing to. I think it's a very natural idea to want to tell the story of the Mexica, or an authentic Mexica story that has nothing to do with the conquistadores. Exactly. And you can create a whole world that people don't get to see very much, it's such a rich subject to try and to do a story in, I think. And that's why I think this idea, the novel that you've written, from what I know about it, sounds like such a good idea. So we've heard about the hero. Is there a villain? Is there a bad guy?
Yeah, there are I can't tell you who is the real bad guy because, that's part of the purpose of reading the novel. So, I can tell you who is the main villain, but there we got also other bad guys. For example, one of these guys is a Purepecha warrior, but he got this problem in the skin since he was a little kid. When your hair is completely white, you are completely pale. How you say it in English?
In English, we would call those people albino.
Albino, yeah. He's an albino. Imagine that. He got a really difficult, a really tough childhood, and some Purepecha warriors pick him in a town that they raised, that they torch, and they give him education, and he gets really high in the military hierarchy inside the Purepecha army. The Purepecha army were the enemies, the enemies of the Mexica. They fought wars between each other. So he commands like an elite unit that comes from Michoacan, that comes from, the kingdom of the Purepecha, and they go to the Chontal cities, the ones that are in open rebellion. Why? Because they are trying to help them to stop the Mexica advance. They, the Irecha, or the ruler of Sinsunsan of the Purepecha, they provide the rebellious cities. They provide them with weapons, arrows, food, all these weapons, so they can resist to the invasion of the Mexica. And the Irecha also sends this elite unit, right, of Purepecha warriors, that they are trying to give some good advice to the leaders of the Chontal Confederation. So he's really bad. He's a really effective warrior. He's really perfectionist. He's a bastard. He's always trying to defend. Try to defeat the Mexica incursions, trying to destroy the Mexica plans. And it's really interesting because you will see the fight of this Purepecha elite warrior with a Cuauchic warrior, of these warrior societies inside Tenochtitlan. So it's a lot of action. You can find a lot of action, a lot of battles. I think a lot of people will enjoy it.
Yeah, that's that. He sounds like a really interesting adversary for the hero. Now, the other thing that is very common in historical novels is a romance element. Are there any women involved? Does the hero fall in love? What's that?
Yeah, I didn't want eventually to fall into this kind of cliches story, right? That there is always like in the middle of the battle, the warrior falls in love of a slave or the enemy. These Homeric cliches that I don't like them a lot. So yes, this Zealot, the main character of the story, he kind of fell in love with a girl, a Mexica girl, because also there is something important. You can read flashbacks of the life of the main characters. It's not only about walking in the middle of nowhere or waging war. You will also read these scenes about how he studied in Tenochtitlan, right? His relationship with his father and mother, how he defeats a bully in his college or Tepozcali. And one of these memories is about when he meets a girl of his neighborhood, and they try. Well, it's just like really swift. It's fast, but it's like the beginning of a love story, right? This girl never leaves Tenochtitlan. She stays in the neighborhood of Zealot, but more than an important character in the story, it's about motivation. It's about showing the emotions of the main character and how he thinks and how he processes information, giving him humanity to the story.
Yeah. Well, I love that. That's a great. That means that you're really searching for a proper original way to tell the story, and in a way that is trying to get away from the, like you say, there's themes to historical fiction. There's the war, there's the hero, there's the love interest, and it sort of becomes the same over and over again. So that sounds great. So this is about war, and it's about politics and intrigue, but it's also about life and this person's life and how how he wants and about how he's going to find his future and
Yeah.
and things like that. So that's great. Those are great storytelling themes that I think are very strong in novel. I like to see those things when I read novels. So can you tell us now a little bit about how you wrote the book? What went into writing the book?
Yeah, well, it was a lot of work. It was I rewrote the first chapters at least 3 times. When I signed my contract, I had to again, right, check everything, find an ending because it didn't got an ending. So it was kind of tough to find an ending. And also, well, a lot of research, reading a lot of books. Ross Hasek, Bernal Diaz del Castillo, Hernan Cortés, a lot of books about the conquest, about the daily life of the Mexica people, a lot of research, a lot of writing, like all these facts about the story of this civilization. It took me around 3 years to more or less to finish it and to to get the contract signed, right? So yes, it was a lot of work. It was really interesting. I discovered right now that I prefer to write novels that that can share history, than writing um, books about history, right? About sharing history. I prefer literature right now. I
Mm.
prefer literature. I think it's an easier and more fun, more interesting way of sharing history because people learns about it and they don't even notice that they are learning about ancient cultures, right? So yes, I prefer novels than writing history books.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's much more fun to write novels and stories and tell stories than
Yeah, yeah,
just writing history, definitely. But yeah, that's the great thing about historical fiction is that you can be relaxed about learning. You can just read the story, or you can learn from it, or it'll get you interested in history and things
yeah,
like that, and it'll be inspiring. And
yeah,
3 years, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, but you put the work in, and it sounds like you've got a great book there. And so, how's it doing? What I think I've seen a lot of 5-star reviews on Amazon. I think I've seen some good reviews.
yeah. Well, we got like right now like 20 reviews, and it got like 4.7 of 5 stars. Also, we got the first reimpression going on of 1,000 more books because,
Ooh.
well, it's selling really good. The 17th of November, they are sending all these books to United States because a lot of people already pre-order it. So 17, what day is today?
It is the 16th, so
Well,
tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow they will
Wow.
start sending all these books to the guys that already pre-ordered and pay for it. So well, it's good news. We are selling. We are
Mm,
selling in these difficult times.
yeah.
That's really good.
Hmm.
It's not easy to sell books in these difficult times where everyone is broken, where everyone are inside their houses. They don't live only for
Hmm.
going for food or something
Yeah.
physical stuff. So, well, those are really good news, right?
Yeah.
About the book. I hope we will get a second part, a third, or even a fourth part with time. But I hope we will get a second time, maybe next year, maybe in the 2022. We don't know, right? Because
Hmm.
we need
Yeah. Yeah.
to finish this thing about the pandemic, so we can get more plans more accurate, right?
Yeah, let's get that out of the way, and then we can go back to getting things done. So that's great. Congratulations. That's great news.
Thank you,
if it's
Josh.
going into the United States, that'll get you a lot more sales, I think, as well. And I hope that this video will help spread the word to English people as well, because I'm sure there are a lot of English people who would like to buy this book here. As you can see it here, this is a great book. This looks like a great book. I'm serious. If I could speak Spanish right now, I would buy that. Las Aguilas de Tenochtitlan, and it is available on Amazon. It is written by a guy who cares about history and cares about storytelling, one of my friends. So I want you to buy this book. If you can speak Spanish, buy it.
Here, Josh, you should buy it. You can. So it's available, right, in United Kingdom right now through Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can find it online. Yeah, it's already available in the USA on Amazon.com. So that means it'll be available on in Britain too. Yeah.
Great. So yes, buy it. But remember that it's in Spanish, right?
Yeah, remember it's in Spanish.
Because they can buy it, and they will have a awful surprise when they see that it's in Spanish and they can read it, right?
Yeah, but buy it. If you're brave, buy a dictionary. An English-Spanish dictionary. But yeah. So right, we're almost out of time. Do you want to? Is there anything else you'd like to say? Maybe about, I don't know, your favorite thing about writing the book, or how it's impacted you, or anything like that. Just anything you'd like to wrap up with.
Well, the first part is that it's amazing to share history through literature. That's amazing. It's really another thing that it's amazing is that how a story that it's inside your head, right, starts taking shape, and you work on it for hours, and you get a really well done story of a fictional character, right? But recreating a lost society, a lost, why lost? Because, Mexica doesn't exist anymore. That's amazing. I'm really happy with the result. I'm really happy that people are reading it, and that they are, and I am getting a good response about the story. They are loving the story. So that's the conclusion would be like, great, chase your dreams, work for your dreams, work for your objectives, and you can do it. It's my first book, right? It's my first book, and in Mexico it's really complicated to publish because we got this kind of monopoly, of two huge companies, two huge publishers, and it's really tough to release a book here with those two companies. And it's, I think, tougher to get that done in the middle of the pandemic. So that would be my advice. That would be my conclusion. Just follow your dreams, work for them, and everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. Even if the storm is really hard, almost sinking the ship, but keep rowing, keep working, and because it's possible. And we got wonderful results right now about the novel, and I'm telling my editor to imprint more books because we need more, right? A lot of people tell me that they don't find it. But,
wow, great. Well, that's great. Yes, and very, very, very encouraging words as well, and so true as well. I agree. Do what you love, and don't give up, and you can achieve those goals. Just before we go, what are the chances for idiots like me of there being a translation sometime? Do you think it'll ever be translated into English?
I don't know. It's a possibility, right? you know, right now the time. So again, this
Hmm.
COVID time is like kind of difficult to do things, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you have to go sometimes to interviews, you have to get meetings going on, you have to, see friends and they can recommend you, a publisher in the United States or maybe England. Right now, because of this thing we are living right now, it kind of complicate everything, right? Everything gets more complicated and more dangerous.
Mm.
But I hope that maybe one day we can release it on English, right? Maybe
Okay.
we can release it on English, but we don't got any
It's a
plans for
long, long way
this or
away.
next year.
Yeah, it's a long. It's another day. That's for the future. That's for the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
Right now, I need to go and study Spanish so I can buy this book. I need to go and practice my Espanol. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope that if you can speak Spanish, or maybe if you're learning Spanish and want to practice reading it, that you will buy Enrique's book. It's on Amazon. Go check it out. There'll be a link below. Um, and Enrique, as usual, great talking to you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we will see you all next time.
Thank
Adios.
you, Josh. It was a pleasure. And buy it.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.